The Seattle Storm are sending Jewell Loyd to the Las Vegas Aces in a blockbuster three-team trade that moves Kelsey Plum to the LA Sparks. That's according to ESPN. As part of the deal, Seattle receives the second pick in this year's WNBA draft from LA in exchange for the Storm's number 9 pick, while the Aces also receive the 13th pick, a second-round selection from the Sparks.
It looks like the saying, "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas," doesn't always hold true. Just ask Kelsey Plum, who's leaving the excitement and bright lights of Las Vegas behind. She's heading to Los Angeles, where she'll now play in a city full of stars and big names. On the bright side, she won't have to deal with Aya Wilson's big personality anymore, right?
Loyd is a 6-time All-Star and 2-time champ with Seattle, while Plum is a 3-time All-Star with 2 titles of her own out in Las Vegas.
In a surprising move, star guard Kelsey Plum has been traded to the Los Angeles Sparks as part of a major 3-team deal. This trade sent shockwaves through the entire WNBA, leaving fans and analysts buzzing. But this isn't just about one player switching teams. It feels bigger than that. Could this trade signal the beginning of the end for the powerhouse Las Vegas Aces? Are we watching the fall of a dynasty that seemed unstoppable not long ago? And if that's the case, who's really responsible for this sudden shift? There's a lot to unpack here, so let's dive in.
With Loyd to Vegas, Plum to LA, just how does this maybe impact the landscape of the Western Conference? And I kind of want to also throw in the league as a whole, getting some of these big pieces now in new places.
Imagine this. You're casually scrolling through your phone, just relaxing and minding your own business, when suddenly, bam, the news hits you out of nowhere, like a fast break on the court. Kelsey Plum, the sharpshooting superstar known for lighting up the scoreboard, is leaving the Las Vegas Aces. But that's not all. She hasn't just decided to leave. She's been traded in a massive blockbuster 3-team deal. And where's she headed? To the Los Angeles Sparks, one of the most talked about teams in the league. This shocking trade has the entire WNBA buzzing with excitement, questions, and big predictions for what's next.
Well, we have been hearing for a little while the reporting of Annie Costabile at the Chicago Sun-Times, as well as Roberta Rodriguez with Beta Basket. We've been hearing that Jewell Loyd, especially after the investigation with the Seattle Storm, was likely on the move. And then, of course, Kelsey Plum was cored by the Aces, though she was considered, and still is technically considered, one of the top draws in free agency as an unrestricted free agent.
Let's break this all down, because this isn't just your average trade. It's the kind of move that shakes up the entire WNBA. Kelsey Plum, the sharpshooting star of the Las Vegas Aces, is heading to the Los Angeles Sparks in a blockbuster 3-team deal. That same trade sends Jewell Loyd to the Aces and hands the Seattle Storm the Sparks' highly coveted number 2 draft pick. Think of it as a high-stakes game of musical chairs, except the players are WNBA superstars, with 2 Olympians involved. This trade shows just how valuable elite players are in this league. But when a 3-team deal like this happens, it's about more than just players swapping jerseys. It's about teams trying to gain an edge, with Seattle and Vegas looking to maximize their value in very different ways now. You might be wondering, why would the Aces trade away a talent like Kelsey Plum? That's the million-dollar question on everyone's mind. Remember those whispers about tension between Plum and Aya Wilson? It seems there might have been more truth to those rumors than we thought. But this isn't just about personal differences. It's also about the future of these teams. Kelsey Plum isn't just leaving Vegas for a change of scenery. Reports say she's planning for a long-term stay in Los Angeles, possibly beyond the 2025 season. This isn't just a trade. It's a total career reset for Plum. With the recent collective bargaining agreement giving players more control over their careers, we're seeing more movement than ever, which keeps things exciting for fans. For the Aces, swapping Plum for Loyd could be about finding the right fit to maintain their dominance. They've won back-to-back championships in 2022 and 2023, but adding Loyd brings questions. Will her style work alongside Aya Wilson and the rest of their star-studded roster? Loyd has had some struggles with her shooting efficiency recently, which raises eyebrows. Can the Aces system help her get back on track, or will they miss the playmaking ability Plum brought to the team? Meanwhile, the Sparks are betting big on Plum to reignite their franchise after some disappointing seasons. She brings experience, leadership, and the kind of offensive firepower they've been missing. Pairing her with last year's number 2 overall pick, Cameron Brink, who's returning from injury, could give the Sparks the boost they need to get back into playoff contention, but let's not forget the Seattle Storm. By snagging the number 2 draft pick, they're setting themselves up for the future. With prospects like Paige Buchers and Olivia Miles on the horizon, this could be a franchise-changing move. The Storm are playing the long game, and it might pay off big time. This trade isn't just about the players involved. It's shifting the balance of power across the league. The Sparks are reloading, the Storm are rebuilding, and the Aces are trying to keep their dynasty intact. But with key players like Alicia Clark and Tiffany Hayes already leaving the Aces, it feels like their once dominant empire might be starting to crumble. Even their coaching staff and front office have seen major changes, leaving fans wondering if the Aces can hold it together. At the same time, other teams like the Indiana Fever are quietly building for the future. With stars like Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell already in place, the Fever could be ready to make a serious run in the coming years. Add in top talent from the draft, and they might become the WNBA's next powerhouse. The 2025 season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in WNBA history. With so many teams making bold moves, the league is more competitive than ever. Are the Sparks ready to rise? Can the Aces hold their ground? And will the Storm's rebuild pay off? One thing's for sure, the WNBA is bringing the heat like never before. Buckle up, because this season is going to be a wild ride. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.